What's up, guys? It's yours truly, Christopher Rausch, out here on a walk. And my buddy Ozzy. You see Ozzy? Where is it? There's Ozzy. Yeah. So, anyways, I didn't do this video to tell you about my dog, but anyways, so yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been doing a lot of my focusing on podcasts. In case you have missed it, I do Raw and Unscripted with Christopher Rausch every week. It's about a 30-minute show. It's a podcast. You can find out about it on ChristopherRausch.com, RAUSCH, ChristopherRausch.com/podcast. And anyway, the reason why I mentioned that is I did a show recently on disappointment, I believe. Disappointment or discouragement. Might have been discouragement, but at any rate, disappointment. It's something we all deal with, right? Some of us deal with it more often than others. And the reason why is disappointment is a result of our expectations not being met. Now, in some situations, I have helped people who were disappointed when I found out after asking some questions that their expectations were way out of line and that they really had no reason to be disappointed, frustrated, angry, bitter, resentful, all those other emotions that go with it. So sometimes we need to really evaluate what our expectations were originally and if those were realistic, right? If we're setting too high expectation and we didn't communicate those expectations with somebody, what's that going to result in? Frustration, disappointment. But then there's times where our disappointment is justified. Somebody betrayed us, somebody, things didn't go the way you wanted them to, right? And you thought you put in your best effort, et cetera, et cetera. We've all dealt with that authentic disappointment. So I've had to deal with some disappointment lately. Don't want to give too many details because I don't want to air my dirty laundry, but close people that I've helped, close people that I trusted, close people that I thought were there for me, close people I personally coached for free, trying to help them, who have suddenly just not been there for me, not served, I guess, in a way that I thought or I expected to happen. And it's actually really genuine stuff. I could go into detail, but I'm not. My point is that that disappointment has led to more disappointment. It's led to me somewhat subconsciously focusing on things that disappoint me. Because we often look for what we're after, energy flows where focus goes, believe inspires reality. You've heard me talk about that. So I started looking for more of it and I just started to feel ill, right? And in a sense, I was self-sabotaging myself, right? So what was I doing? And then I was becoming bitter towards people and kind of being shut off and not giving a fuck and kind of just like giving up. Well, what does that perpetuate? What's wrong with Chris? What's going on? Wow, he's acting weird. So sometimes we take things too personally. And I quote that from the Four Agreements, the book, The Four Agreements. If you've never read it, go fucking read it today. It'll change your life. The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. Don't things take things too personal. So what do we do in those situations? We've obviously identified whether they're realistic or not. If they're not realistic, the expectations, then we need to accept responsibility and kind of adjust our perspective. I talk a lot about that, adjusting our perspectives. But if it's justified, you got a couple of solutions. You can go and talk to the person and tell them, hey, listen, you disappointed me. I thought we had something here. Help me understand, that kind of thing. Give an opportunity to mend the relationship. But in some situations, like for me, I just wish them well, right? Okay, it is what it is. I learned my lesson, move on. Not necessarily don't trust people again, but be, a little bit more guarded. I tend to trust people pretty significantly. Sorry, I'm in my gratitude garden right now. Taking Ozzy for a walk. I call it the gratitude garden. But anyways, so I choose to wish them well, and the best quote unquote revenge, and I don't even like using that word, but I say success is the best karma. And instead of taking that agony and that pain and that frustration, that disappointment, on myself, self-sabotaging, why not take that energy and focus on doing great things and proving those people wrong? Not necessarily proving it wrong, but you see what I'm saying? You have to turn it around to make it mean something positive. Otherwise, we can go in this vicious circle of shit I could have easily came home tonight and was like, oh, I'm gonna have a couple of drinks, then I'm gonna wake up tomorrow not being fresh, and tomorrow I'm doing a special presentation for a private mastermind. I've been asked to give a speech, so I'm doing that. I haven't even announced that, but that's a private thing. So no, I came home, had a good time with my son, my wife, taking the dog for a walk, and now I'm doing a video taking that pain and sharing it with you, so you can learn from it and benefit from it. It sucks. Yeah, we sit there and think that people are going to do things for us, and sometimes they do. But also, there was one other thing I was going to tell you. As much as I've been disappointed, I've been amazingly blessed, and I do focus on that, and I do give gratitude to that every single day. But when in the grand scheme of things, I should be focusing on that, focusing on the people that have so much belief in me that it just makes me feel enormous, right? That's an amazing feeling. But what have I been focusing on? The shit. So we have to focus on gratitude, obviously. And I'm just coming to you transparent, authentic. I told you guys, if you've been listening to the podcast, that I started raw and unscripted when I was not at my best, right? I could have easily waited until I got my shit figured out again and come back and said, oh, hey, here I am. I've got it all figured out. But no, I decided to say, hey, listen, I had a lot of success before in the personal development area. I was by far not done. And here I am. I'm coming back, but let's do it a different way. Let's not be the fucking expert all the time. Let's not be the show off all the time. Let's let people inside our own minds, because yes, I have the answers, and yes, I can coach anybody pretty much with anything. But let's just be real and congruent, right? It helps me stay congruent. So anyways, I just want to share that with you. Take disappointment, turn it around, make sure your expectations are for certain that they're real. And that's another point. Moving forward to lessen the chance of disappointment, just have upfront conversations with people saying, hey, this is what I expect out of this. Or, just fucking communicate. Can you imagine what happens if you tell people how you actually really fucking feel? Oh, that's a whole other subject. That might be a podcast. Maybe I'll do that for next week. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support, the love. I'm glad we're doing this together. This is the Kick-Ass movement, right? We're going to heal each other one step at a time, one attitude at a time. And I've got some exciting stuff coming up, I swear to God. So anyways, I love you guys. Go to ChristopherRausch.com, RAUSCH, ChristopherRausch.com/podcast. Sign up, check it out. It's a video podcast and a audio podcast. So until next time, peace.